Hello there, welcome back to the Hi-Fi Music Source YouTube channel. This morning we're just going to talk about a few headphone amplifiers that we've got here, just because, like the streaming video that we did a few months ago, I just happen to have quite a lot of headphone amplifiers, mostly with DACs, in my possession. Felt like a good opportunity to look at headphone amplifiers as a subject and some of the criteria you would use for purchasing one. So, I mean, the key question that you have to ask yourself is, if you're going to go ahead and buy a headphone amplifier, why are you buying it? What price are you buying it? Where are you going to be using it? Are you on the move or are you at the desktop? And also its sort of usability and flexibility. So when I talk about usability, I'm thinking of things like, if I'm walking, do I want Bluetooth? Or if I'm sat on my sofa or in my lounge or at my desk, do I want the highest quality possible? And that's really having a wired connection for proper high resolution listening. So those are the sort of usability criteria, really. Okay, the first one we're going to look at is the Audioquest Dragonfly Red. That's this thing here. It's a USB-A style DAC, so you plug this into your USB-A on your computer if you prefer, or I've got the little dragon tail here, which is the USB-C link. I plug this into the back of into the base of my Google Pixel phone for a high quality output. It's got a DAC inside. It's an ESS Sabre DAC. It's quite nice. The output is to 3.5mm only headphones, so that's all it has. The beauty of this really is its simplicity and its price point, which is £149 at the moment. There are a few updates to this. You can buy a Dragonfly. It's called a Cobalt, which is a couple £100. It's got much higher resolution processing inside it. This is the entry-level version. Okay, next one we're going to look at is the iFi Audio Go Bar. That's this one here. This is the Kensai edition, and it's based upon a Japanese sword, I believe. It's £449, so it's a really nice piece of equipment, like the Dragonfly Red, but it's a premium output. It's got MQA in there. The sound quality, so I've only had this a week or so, the sound quality is absolutely immaculate. I mean, I'm really quite impressed with the way it's performing at the moment. In terms of inputs, it's got a USB-C only, so great for my Google Pixel again. Output-wise, it's got two outputs to a fully balanced 4.4mm Pentacon output, or you've got the 3.5mm output, which has got their sort of S-balance system, which is a fairly balanced low noise output. Very nice piece of kit with lots of little filter options in there. You've got this thing called X-Bass, which pushes up the low end. You've got X-Space, which widens the soundstage for you. So it's got an impedance matching system for different styles of headphones, you know, the different types of headphones that you may have. So far, outstanding performance, given all of the headphone amplifiers I've got on the table here. Okay, next up, also from iFi Audio, is this thing here, the iFi Audio Hip DAC 3. Very slim, very nice piece of equipment as well. This came out in about October last year, 2023. I've just reviewed it in the last couple of weeks on Hi-Fi Music Source. You can read my full conclusions there. You can see it's ultra slim, very lightweight, very nice to use. Inputs is the same, USB-C only. You would just stuff this in your pocket next to your phone and you've got a very high quality output. Outputs are similar to the Go Bar, with a balanced output and a 3.5mm output. And you've got a choice of, it's got the X-Bass, sort of gain, X-Bass low frequency boost to the signal, the output signal. Got a nice little on-off system, lovely volume control at the front, so I really appreciate that. Very flexible to use. Alright, next up is the Chord Electronics Mojo 2, this guy here. A really nice premium portable headphone amplifier. It's got two 3.5mm headphone output, so if you're with a partner or a friend or whatever, you can listen to the same thing, the same quality, and you can have that sort of sharing fun with it. In terms of inputs, it's got quite an array of inputs. It's got USB-C and B mini at the back there. There's a charging port there. It's got a coax input, and it's got an optical input if you want, a Toslink optical input if you want it. But you're not really going to be using that on the move. You're really going to be using your phone, I guess. It comes also, in terms of inputs, with the Poly here, which, again, the review's on the website. The Poly connects to the side of the Mojo 2 and turns it into a networked headphone amplifier and DAC, so you can get the highest resolution output from it. You can also use Bluetooth, incidentally, which some people may find useful. We've not talked about Bluetooth yet in terms of high resolution output from headphone amplifiers, but I've been using the Mojo 2 a lot in the last couple of 3 years that I've had one. You can stuff it into your pocket next to your phone, not a problem. And if I'm listening to good music, I want to use the Mojo 2. It may have just lost out to the Go Bar, which is, as we've just discussed, is very, very portable, very lightweight, fits in your pocket very easily. All in all, the range of features on the Mojo 2 in terms of filters and what you can do to adjust the output frequency profile makes it a kind of go-to portable choice, really, in my view. And I'd be hard-pressed to let go of this in the medium term. Okay, so that's the Mojo 2. That's the Poly it partners with on the move, if you wish. Alrighty, next up we're back to iFi Audio, who are really innovating in the sort of portable, on-the-go headphone amplifier and DAC journey at the moment. And the next one we're going to look at is this one here. This is the iFi Audio Diablo 2. This is the new one. There was a Diablo 1. Really nice bit of kit. This is the 2. You can see there's the outputs. You've got a really nice volume button here, which sort of turns it on, clicks nicely, comes round, fires it up, and you've got your outputs there, which are 6.35mm headphone output, 4.4mm balanced output, and an array of little filters and gain controls, really. On the bass, you've got their impedance matching system for your various different headphone outputs. So you might have a high demand, a high load on your headphones. So you can match that up with this thing. Inputs include a 4.4mm balanced input, which is very useful if you've got a balanced streamer output. You've also got USB-C. You're charging it with USB-C, which is great, and you can do that at the same time if you wish. You've also got Bluetooth, which we've not really talked about, but a really good Bluetooth option. This is the kind of thing I'd say it's for travelling. You know, if you're sat on a train and you've got an hour and a half journey, you might get this out and have a good old listen. But it's not really portable for going for a walk with the dog and all that kind of stuff. So it's high quality build, quite heavy. You're not really stuffing this in your pocket, are you? So. Really nice piece of equipment. The review of this is coming in the next month or so. Really enjoying it at the moment. More good stuff from iFi Audio. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please hit the like button. And if you're new here, please hit subscribe. Thank you. Okay, next up we're back to Chord Electronics. No headphone amplifier video should be without the Chord Hugo 2, which is still really the benchmark for headphone amplifiers and DACs, certainly on the desktop. Okay, as before with the Diablo, this isn't really that portable, but if you're on a long train journey, you could certainly get out of your rucksack and have a good old listen to your music. I certainly do if I'm on a longer train journey with this thing. Inputs are to a USB-B mini on this side. You can also pair it with the 2Go that has Bluetooth, and you can network it and therefore get the highest resolution that you can with the network connection. This thing just connects to the Hugo like this, and there's a couple of little screws that hold it into place for sort of portable use. I'm obviously just showing you how it works. You would obviously get the matching colour to your Hugo 2. I've been sent the black version, so not a problem for me. We talked about the inputs. Outputs, this is your desktop solution. So you've got a 6.35mm headphone output, the big chunky one. You've got a 3.5mm headphone output there as well. You've also got analog RCA outputs to your integrated or preamplifier if you wish. There's a couple more inputs there. You've got a small coax input and the Toslink optical input should you choose to feed it with a digital source and use the Hugo 2 as your DAC. Still the reference, still a couple of £1,000, 2,100 I think the latest price. In my view, if I'm allowed to say this, and Chord Electronics are not listening, it's due an update. We need some USB-C inputs, charging, etc. But still the go-to. We don't want them messing around with their in-house DAC architecture, which is still the best, in my view. We've just talked about the Hugo 2 being the benchmark on the desktop. There are obviously several other headphone amplifier and streaming options, if you like, that you could use as a headphone amplifier on the desktop, and I just wanted to mention 2 or 3. The first one of which is something I've actually bought myself several years ago, actually, when I started reviewing. This is the Quest Style CMA 400i. This is a desktop headphone amplifier solution. It's got the 6.35mm headphone output, the chunky one, the nice one, and it's got the balanced output, XLR output there, and it's got your array of choices for array of LEDs, sorry, just showing the quality of the input that it's receiving. Really nice bit of kit, really quite heavy. It stands on this stand, or you can have it flat, so there's 2 feet there that you can see. You'd put the bottom feet on and have it flat on your desk. But I use it in this configuration on my desktop quite often when I'm listening to XLR style output. To the rear, you've got digital inputs here. There's 2 coaxial and 1 SP diff input optical. Outputs, you've got analog outputs, RCA and XLR, as well as the 2 outputs at the front. Really flexible bit of kit. It's obviously powered at the desktop. I really like it. I bought it. I liked it so much. We haven't really talked about the sound profile of some of these headphone amplifiers, which maybe we should do in the next section of the video. There's quite a flat output from this thing, but it's good if you're reviewing headphones that it doesn't add anything to the process. So that's the Quest Style. Other headphone amplifiers that we've reviewed here at Hi-Fi Music Source that could go on the desktop include probably the best bit of kit I've had in the last 10 years, the T+A HA200 headphone amplifier. An amazing bit of kit. That's the one with the VU meters on the front. The highest quality, loads of filters, loads of features. So I really enjoyed that bit of equipment. And just finally, I can't go without mentioning Audioquest and their Vega. Their Vega products have headphone output on the front. The Vega 2s have twin headphone outputs, which I really like. It's just a thing that I really like. So you can be listening to headphones output with a friend or a partner and enjoy the music together. So certainly there's reviews of the T+A HA200 and the Audioquest Vega products on the website. They're well worth reading, and they're premium products on the desktop. The Quest Style headphone amplifier's got quite a flat output profile, which I believe is the case. It's very accurate, so it's very useful for comparing headphones and switching headphones in and out, so that's why I use it quite often. So I was just going to comment really on the audio quality of the headphone amplifiers we've discussed this morning. As I said before, the entry-level Audioquest Red, nothing to disgrace it at all. Very nice headphone output, 3.5mm, very easy to use. So that's a really nice product for on the go. I mentioned before the Go Bar, which I've just received from iFi Audio, is a really nice piece of equipment. I'm finding the usability of it and the output from it to be very strong. I'm getting a big, strong sound stage for my headphones. and I'm really enjoying that at the moment. And of course its portability and its ease of carrying is a real plus point, notwithstanding the price, of course. The Mojo 2 that we discussed earlier on is a very high quality output, particularly when you're using it with the poly or with a network connection. I described the Mojo 2 in my review as absolutely sparkling, and I certainly feel that that is the case when I'm listening to that product. And of course the Hugo 2 is the reference really on your desktop for listening to your headphone output. There's an accuracy and a depth to it that you're not really finding in some of these other products. And just finally, the Diablo 2 that I talked about, similar price, about half the price actually, sorry, of the Hugo 2. It's got a bit of a warmer sound to it. iFi's signature is probably a bit warmer, and maybe that's what I'm feeling from the Go Bar. So that's also a very nice headphone output source as well. Okay, look, thank you for watching the video. Really enjoyed putting it together. Just in conclusion, and I think it's clear that on the go, my preference is probably the new iFi Audio Go Bar. I mean, it's high quality, high resolution, nicely built, ultra portable, as they said. I can just plug that into my smartphone, and I'm off with my Meze Advar in-ear monitors. Beautiful, beautiful sound. I think at my desk, I'm always going to go back to the Chord Hugo 2, this one here that we're familiar with. It really is the reference in terms of headphone amplification, certainly on the desk, on your sofa, particularly with the 2Go module as well, and the wireless opportunities there. So those are my conclusions really in terms of headphone amplification. Obviously budget wise there's different considerations, and whatever your budget is, those are your choices. Thank you very much for watching the video this week. If you do like it, like and subscribe for us. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm and helps us progress the channel so that we can get to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. See you soon. Thank you.